Thank you.
So here we have it, our fully set up curved front frame. Swinging pendulum for the feet. Yep. Okay, we're super lucky to have a very special guest over with us right now here. This is Sarah Outen. Sarah is a friend with Anne-Sophie. They've both done some adventures of some sort, and people talk about, when we explain what this trip is, how we're doing, you know, many thousand kilometers of land travel in a tandem back-to-back rowing recumbent bike. They say, wow, that's crazy. It doesn't even approach the craziness of what this lady has achieved in her adventures in life. And one
that is crazy, Justin.
maybe mechanically crazy, but Sarah's actually gone from London to London under human power, rowing across the major oceans and then cycling through major continents. And she would know long-distance travel, and especially long-distance rowing travel, which is something I've only ever fantasized about, but have never yet quite experienced. So I'm really keen to hear her observations of what it's like, what the ergonomics, the feeling of this is like as a rowing vehicle, and any insights that you might have about what that's like, not just on a 10-minute trip, but doing it day after day, week after week, month after month. So yeah, so you're going to be in the backseat rowing. Anne-Sophie will be pedaling in the front. Now you have an important role to Anne-Sophie, that she's the one in charge of the gearing, and that gearing affects your rowing rhythm. So your resistance that you experience while you're pulling on the rowing rig is going to be determined a little bit by what gear she decides to be in. And Anne-Sophie is not an avid cyclist who's used to gear shifting. She rides a unicycle for a reason, because she hates changing gears.
So just because I don't know how that works.
So you may have to communicate to her to shift up or shift down if it doesn't seem appropriate for what you want as a comfortable rowing rhythm. And then the other thing is, when Anne-Sophie shifts gears, she needs to try to time that when you're in the recovery motion rather than when you're pulling. Because when you shift gears under tension, of course, it's pretty hard on the chain and you get a big clanky noise.
I need to tell you, when I'm braking in, there's no point for you. Yep.
That's right. So yeah, if you're rowing while she's got the brakes on, and I did a lot of that when we rode together, I was just like, because you don't see that there's a stop sign coming up, so you're like, yeah, I'm just going to give it, and she's just squeezing the brakes on, going good. So that the means of communicating this is back and forth. We're probably going to set up a system with multiple mirrors, so that even though we're facing back to back, we'll be able to see each other. But until then, some level of coordination verbally may be required. And then the other thing that's a little concerning is you don't see oncoming stuff. You also don't see things that Anne-Sophie's biking past. So she's going right close to a parked, semi-truck. You don't notice that until it's right from your peripheral vision to right beside you. So be prepared to be a little startled. But you could, like a rowboat, periodically glance backwards and know what's oncoming.
One more thing that can be a bit of a worry is when we're bumped. I'll try to let you know in advance, because you don't really have.
Oh yeah, that's
there's no seatbelt, is there? Which
so
he's thought about it, but
So when you row in the ocean-going vessels, you're strapped in, but not to the seat. That's just harness, so that if you fall overboard, you don't find yourself adrift with the boat drifting.
That's right.
But here, so that if Anne-Sophie turns really sharply or hits a bump, you are not really tethered in the seat. And it doesn't have this seat here. It's got a bit of a curvature downwards at the end rather than a lift up. Yep. And so I kind of want to remake this so it lifts up, so it really just cups your butt a bit. And what tends to happen, you tend to want to slide forwards a little bit off of it. And occasionally, and I don't think Anne-Sophie's as reckless a rider, but when I was with Steven, he was whipping some really tight corners, and I actually reached up and grabbed this as a first instinct, because your handle itself, which is normally your reference center on a bicycle, is now connected to the rope, right?
What are you asking her to do? So I'm not going to be biking like crazy.
No, we'll be careful, won't we, Ansa?
Okay.
Trust my life in your hands. How are we doing this here? I've never been in a bobsleigh, but I wonder if it's a bit like this, notionally, in that you're kind of inside something. I was thinking today I haven't ridden a bike for a couple of weeks, and here we are. What a good bike to start with. It's fun. Woohoo! This is strange. Very cool.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that made all. Yeah, no, you're in a great climbing gear right now. Look at you guys climb.
powder.
When you were on the biking portion of the trip, did you ever wish that you were rowing instead?
I did sometimes.
You did sometimes,
I was
but
hoping for the water, but I can see this is a very comfortable way to travel.
okay.
Even though there's no water, I like it that you've got a riding partner for chat. That's novel to me. Normally I'm talking to myself. And I like it that you get to see where you come from, just like when you're rowing.
And then I haven't seen you glance backwards yet. You don't have an, oh, there we go. That's the...
That's scary because I don't have control that way.
Yeah.
The reactions are fun. Yeah, it's quickly a bit.
How much do you say you're gonna buy it for him?
We'll buy it.
You said $100? I think it's worth at least 150. Deal? No, deal Vida. So there's kids back there were trying to buy it from us. She offered $100.
I love how it makes you smile.
$100.
$100.
And then,
That's a business
I know, I was gonna say that's a lot of allowance saved.
So if it felt jerky to her because she's
Yeah, so you
but
totally...
I'm sort of moving a bit.
You totally feel the pulsations,
Yeah.
and that's something that I think will go away when we have the motors and it's moving much faster.
Of course.
So when you're moving slowly, you really can tell the difference with each stroke,
Yeah.
but when you're moving 20 miles an hour, I think it'll be kind of insignificant.
I guess you would have more weight on as well, aren't you? So that could...
There'll be more, exactly, totally. The mass will help smooth it out, and the speed will smooth it out as well. You can certainly see just the speed of the vehicle with each time you pull it, even visually, and Sophie must really notice that.
This is good. I was looking for some more exercise for tonight.
Yeah, go left here.
I wasn't expecting a bullet.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
So you can row it,
You can row it, you can pedal it.
and you got like a ratchet.
Yeah, so actually good observation. So this was just a normal tandem bicycle, and the seat faced that way, and we just took off the left crank and replaced it with the drum. And then this here, if you just pick the back end up. But yeah, when you pull on this, it's like pedaling, right? So,
Well, that's fun.
so yeah, this is its first kind of maiden voyage actually with the full rooftop structure.
It's a fresh build.
And so it's what we still haven't yet finished. We're going to do solars over the roof here, and then we're going to motorize the two front wheels and see where she takes us.
Also, you'll be dry in the rain, I guess.
And that too, exactly.
And far more visible for such a otherwise low slung ride.
Yeah, the roll off. It can't come soon enough. So you are going slightly above nautical speeds. This is at least 5.5 knots. 5.5 knots. There'd be a wake at your tail. Seals would pop up. Birds would get out of the way. Probably need to shift to a slightly easier gear.
An easier gear.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you're okay with it. I wasn't sure if you would be, like, are you able to pedal, put much power in? Woo! Hey, sweet. So the chain just popped. That's funny, we were just having this conversation with Robert as we were, because we had to break the chain in order to run things through. Oh, no, this is like, of all things to break, you couldn't ask for a more wonderfully simple thing. But yeah, it looks like the pin on this link was, it's super loose. But I think this must have been the one that had been popped when we just broke the chain to rerun the cabling. So